So you want to know what we really think of your website. Well, if you've clicked on this video, you probably want to see what this process looks like. So we're going to just jump right in. We're going to cover 3 things today during our time. The first thing is just general impression of the website. Do I like it? How does it make me feel? And then the second thing that we'll ask and answer is, will I buy from this website? Whether it's a service-based company or a product-based company, doesn't matter. I'll just let you know if I'm looking for this thing, whatever it is, if I will buy or not. And then the third thing that we're going to talk about are technical considerations or maybe recommendations for things that are not on the site, some opportunities that might exist. So let's get to it. Okay, before we dive in, if you want us to look at your website, use the request form on this page and we'll actually take a look at your website. No strings attached, we'll give you our honest feedback and let you know what we think. Let's dive into this one. Okay, so we're talking about the Paradise Bakery website today. They were picked at random, no particular reason. I just thought they'd be a good example for today's video. They're probably direct competitors with people like Panera Bread or Corner Bakery. So if you're thinking of who they are, if you've never been to a Paradise Bakery before, that's who would be very similar to them. So first thing is general impressions. What do I generally think of this website? Overall, it's got good photography. Obviously, we're seeing the pastries, the bagels, the photography. Just to take things from step 1 here, when I actually load the website, I'm just gonna do a quick refresh here. I'm immediately presented with this opportunity to join the email list, and it just says get on the list. And then this really kind of weird form. It just doesn't look good at all. It doesn't give me a good impression first thing right off the bat. There's nothing here that says, hey, get 10% off or a free appetizer or bread or a pastry, anything like that. It just doesn't look good. So general impression first thing off the bat, not so good. Overall, the food photography, like I said, is really good. I think they're doing kind of a good job. It seems kind of generic, but overall, I think it's getting the point. Catering is obviously a focus here, so they're calling me in that direction. Let's just keep going through the site here. Another thing I noticed too is that like the Paradise Bakery up here in the right-hand corner seems way out of place, and it doesn't seem on brand either. There's a no link, like this doesn't go back to the homepage or anything like that. It's just there, and so it's kind of confusing. So this would probably be another negative point for Paradise here. When I click on a menu item like bakery, it just opens up into a new window with kind of a PDF menu, and I would say that's generally a no-no. And the reason for that is because if I'm on mobile or I'm trying to like get to information quickly and I have to open up 5 new PDFs and then look through every single menu item, that's going to be a negative experience for me as a user. So wow. Okay, so this page is just got a lot going on. I would say this page definitely needs to be overhauled, and then there needs to be some sort of visual hierarchy here so that I can understand where the information is. There's just too much going on here. Wow. Okay, this page is good. Good photography, catering information. None of these phone numbers are linked. Again, that's kind of a pain. If I'm on mobile and I just want to click and call, otherwise I got to flip back, between screens. Again, with the catering menu, we're opening up here in a new window. That's definitely not the best. Okay, so I think I've hit on a couple good things with general impression. I'd give this probably a 2.5 or 3 stars out of 5. There's certainly a lot of work that can be done to make this site a lot better. I don't think it would take much to get it there. Okay, so let's ask the question, would I buy from this place? Would I actually go have a meal or order cookies or whatever? I would say yes. Quick answer would be yes. This is not the worst website I've ever seen in my life by any stretch of the imagination. Has a lot of work to do, but the food photography looks good. And I would say that is the single most critical piece of this website is that food photography, and I think they've got it right here. Is it the best food photography I've ever seen? Definitely not, but it looks good enough to go try. So I think they've done a good enough job with the presentation of the food to entice me to actually go, especially if I was going for coffee and a pastry or a bagel or something like that. Stopping in really quickly, I would say definitely I would. Let's take a look at this site on mobile and talk about technical considerations and perspectives that could definitely be helpful. So as I said, the Paradise Bakery, thing up here does not link back to the homepage on mobile. So okay, let's start that over. Okay, the last thing we're gonna cover is technical considerations or maybe recommendations for this site that I think would be good. If you look here at the website on mobile, which is just an emulator to kind of test, we're looking at the website through an iPhone X. Okay, so now let's talk about the technical considerations or recommendations that I think are a fit for this website. We're looking at the website right now on an emulator through an iPhone 10. So this is what it would look like on an iPhone 10. And I pointed this out before that the Paradise Bakery Cafe up here on the top isn't linked and doesn't do anything. I'd highly recommend that I go back to the homepage for user experience. Definitely would want to make that happen. I pointed out some of these other things, especially on mobile, because if you're a restaurant website, which this is, I'm probably gonna be looking at your website on mobile. That's probably gonna make up the majority of the traffic here. So you wanna make sure that this is really dialed in for mobile. So again, with the PDFs, if I'm clicking and if I'm having to like pinch in to zoom, like that's not a good user experience. So let's definitely get that onto an actual page that's optimized for mobile that I can scroll through and look at things like daily soups or salads or whatever it might be. Another thing I would say here too is to clean up the design. There's some just elements that don't seem on brand, from font choices to color choices, the way that all these Facebook pages are separated out. That might be a strategy that they have, I don't know, but I think we just need to clean that up in general. Let's go to catering. Okay, so I talked about catering also. This is gonna be another big push that they're gonna really want to emphasize, because I might be an employee at a company trying to book a catering event for a luncheon, who knows? And being able to find the information quickly, having these phone numbers linked would be a big help to me instead of having to switch back and forth. Another thing I think would go a long way for this website is a quick chatbot just on this page alone, so that I can get some quick answers to understand, can Paradise come out to my location today? Can they come out tomorrow? Is there a turnaround? Are there any fees associated with the catering? Do they do full service? All these kinds of things that I'm gonna be wondering when I'm booking a catering event. So that's a recommendation. That's something that can easily be put on this site with no problem. Especially on mobile, I think would go a long way. Okay, so that's what I think about this website. Paradise, if you're seeing this, I don't mean to pick on you or anything. I just want to give some honest feedback and let you know what we see as a digital marketing agency that could be improved upon. If you want your website looked at, if you want our honest feedback, no strings attached, use the request form on this page and we'll get to it and we'll take a look. Thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate it.